Hello, my name is Mr. Rother. I'm going to be your geometry teacher for the year. What is geometry? Well, one of the ways we can answer that question is to say geometry is a study of shapes. And we do a lot of problems that involve different kinds of shapes. Here, you see a problem for our very first day of geometry. This is the type of problems we'll be doing this year. And the question I'm asking about this diagram is how many triangles do you see? Now you can go ahead and pause the video at this point and see if you can find out how many triangles there are. And go ahead and do that and save your answer. I will let you know that in previous classes, no one has ever been able to answer correctly how many triangles that they see there. We're going to go through a couple of steps now, and then we're going to see if after we've done these steps, if we're going to be able to correctly answer how many triangles do you see. So let me move this for a second, and we'll come back to it after we go through our steps. So what I'm going to do now is draw a bunch of diagrams, and then you're going to be able to determine how many triangles were in that original diagram that I had for you. Now, not a trick question here. How many triangles do you see? One, okay? Just so that we're on the same page and we all know what a triangle is. A three-sided polygon. Now, there's one triangle. I'm going to draw an additional line segment from the top vertex down to the base of the triangle. Now I'm going to ask you, how many triangles do you see? If your answer was 3, you are correct. There's the triangle on the left, there's the triangle on the right, and there was the original triangle that I draw. So there are 3 triangles in this shape right there. You can have triangles within a triangle, and that's what we have here. So there's 3 in that picture. Okay. I'm going to draw a triangle again. And this time I'm going to draw a line segment across like that. And I'm going to ask you, how many triangles do you see? Hopefully the answer is 2. There is the original triangle that I drew, the big triangle, and then when I drew this horizontal line segment across that connected to the 2 sides of the triangle, I created a second one, a smaller triangle on top, so there are 2 triangles in this picture. Okay? So now, let's take the same picture where we see the 2, and let me do what I did before and draw one down the middle. And see if you can tell me how many triangles are there now. Well, if you recall our previous diagram, and that is kind of like if we look at just the top picture, what we have is the triangle on the left, the triangle on the right, and the top triangle. So there's 3. But each of those 3 triangles are inside a bigger triangle. So there's the whole entire triangle. There's the big one on the left, and then there's the big one on the right. So there's 3 on top, and those 3 can each be extended downward. So 3 plus 3 makes a total of now 6 triangles in that picture. Make sure you can see all 6 triangles. One thing you can do in geometry is you can draw the diagram itself. Part of geometry is actually drawing diagrams. And then when you have that diagram drawn at home, you can actually make sure you can trace out all 6 of the triangles you see there. Now, let's take this further and see what we have here. Now, this next diagram I'm going to draw for you seems simple, but many people do have trouble with this one. So there is one triangle. I'm going to draw that off to the side, and I'm going to draw another line segment like that. How many triangles do you see now? And think about it before you answer. The most common incorrect answer is 4. People see the original big triangle, and then they see the 1, 2, 3 little triangles on the inside. So a lot of people want to say 4 is how many triangles there are there. Well, there are more than 4, because what you can do, the 2 little triangles, and let's call them the one on the left, the one in the middle, and the one on the right, can be combined to make another triangle. If we take the one on the left and the middle one and put them together, we get a triangle. And I'll try to trace that out in another color. It might be a little easier to see. So there's the one on the left. I'm drawing on the inside, the middle one, and that they put together make a triangle. And then the same thing I'm going to do for the one on the right and the middle. If I combine those two, we get the green triangle, and there's that one. So do you know how many triangles there are now? If you say 6, you are correct. There is the original big one. There's the 1, 2, 3 small ones, makes 4. And then you combine the 2 over here, make 5, and combine those 2 over there, and you've got 6 triangles right here. Okay, I think we're almost ready to answer the original question, but I'm going to do one more step before we go back to there. I'm going to take a diagram that had 6 triangles in it, there are 6 triangles, and I'm going to draw this. Can you say how many triangles there are now? Well, if you think about it as being 2 stories, if you think about the whole big triangle, there were 6. And then if you think about this right here as being the second floor, the upstairs, up here, there are also 6 separate triangles. So there are 6 on each level, and 6 plus 6 makes 12. So I think you should be able to go back to our original shape and answer how many triangles. Okay, just do all the steps we've done before and extend it. And here you have to count how many levels you see. So I'm not going to tell you the answer. What I want you to do is email me with what your answer is, and that is your first assignment for geometry. Thank you.